Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This presentation outlines my research titled A Qualitative Study on Inclusive Human Resource Management and Organizational Support Among Generation Z. My name is Michelle Zeno, and this study explores how inclusive human resource management practices shape Gen Z employees' perceptions of organizational support and workplace engagement. The goal is to generate practical insights that help organizations better attract, retain, and support the emerging generation of talent. Generation Z, typically defined as those born between 1997 and 2012, is becoming a significant presence in today's workforce. This group brings a unique combination of digital fluency, social awareness, and strong expectations for inclusivity in the workplace. Unlike previous generations, Gen Z employees place considerable importance not just on salary or job titles, but on the culture and values of their organizations. They seek workplaces where they feel included, respected, and valued. Organizations are therefore under increasing pressure to adapt their human resource management practices to meet these expectations. This study focuses on how inclusive HRM practices influence Gen Z's perceptions of organizational support, which is a key factor in how engaged and committed they feel in their roles. Understanding these dynamics will help organizations better attract, retain, and engage in this emerging generation of talent. A central concept in this study is perceived organizational support, or known as POS. POS reflects how much employees believe their employer values their contributions and generally cares about their well-being. This perception is especially important for Gen Z employees, many of whom are in their early careers and forming their professional identities. Inclusive human resource management plays a crucial role in shaping perceived organizational support by ensuring fairness, representation, and belonging in the workplace. This study is set in mid-sized corporations in California, where workplace diversity is growing and organizations are seeking ways to better support young professionals. The key research questions focus on how Generation Z interprets fairness and inclusion in human resource policies, and how these perceptions influence their organizational support, work engagement, and intentions to stay or leave. The findings aim to provide actionable insights for human resource leaders to better engage with this new generation. Inclusive human resource management involves intentional practices that promote fairness, equity, and a sense of belonging throughout all stages of the employee life cycle. It's more important than just following legal requirements. It's about embedding inclusion into the very culture and daily operations of an organization. Leadership plays a crucial role in this process by fostering psychological safety, where employees feel comfortable expressing themselves and engaging fully without the fear of negative consequences. As Fatoki 2024 highlights, inclusive leadership enhances employees' voice and commitment, creating a more engaged workforce. Additionally, initiatives that prioritize employee well-being align with human resource management practices with sustainable growth and intrinsic motivation, which addresses employees' holistic needs. These strategies not only improve workplace environment, but also contribute to stronger retention and organizational resilience, making them vital companies seeking to adapt to a diverse and evolving workforce. Therefore, establishing a grounded understanding of Generation Z's values through participant narratives will increase the study's credibility and ensure findings reflect real-world experiences. Generation Z brings unique values and expectations to the workplace. They prioritize ethical leadership, continuous learning, and authentic recognition as key factors that influence their engagement and retention. According to Sujuru 2025, meeting these needs strongly correlates with higher engagement levels, while unmet expectations can lead to disengagement and turnover. Social exchange theory explains this reciprocal relationship when organizations support Gen Z employees effectively. Those employees respond with greater commitment and motivation. Understanding these motivational drivers is crucial for organizations as this generation is rapidly growing within the workforce. By tailoring HR practices, human resource practices, to address their specific needs and values, Company can attract and retain talented young professionals who seek meaningful connections and opportunities for growth. By aligning research questions with the lived realities of participants, this design enhances construct validity and ensures relevance to both theory and practice. Perceived organizational support refers to employees' beliefs about how much their organization values and cares for them. For Gen Z employees who often have strong technical skills but may lack confidence in soft skills, inclusive human resource practices such as mentoring and collaborative training are essential. Visser and Terblanche 2025 emphasized that these programs are effective only when employees perceive them as genuine and supportive. When perceived organizational support is high, employees demonstrate stronger emotional, cognitive, and physical engagement, which reduces turnover and tensions. This is important for retaining Gen Z talent who tend to seek workplaces that offer meaningful support and connection. Companies that successfully foster perceived organizational support benefit from increased loyalty and productivity, making it a critical focus area for human resource strategies. Exploring perceived organizational support from a Gen Z perspective through grounded theory provides an authentic, participant centered understanding and enhances validity in organizations. Methodology, research design, and rationale. This study uses a qualitative research design to deeply explore how Gen Z employees experience inclusive human resource and perceive organizational support. Since Gen Z places a high value on autonomy, recognition, and meaningful work environments, it's vital to understand their perspectives through methods that allow them to express their experiences fully. As Fabrina and Muhib 2024 point out, Gen Z seeks flexibility and growth, which makes their interpretations of workplace support especially unique. To capture this, I've chosen grounded theory as the guiding methodology. Unlike traditional approaches that test existing theories, grounded theory allows me to build a new theory based off directly on the participants' lived experiences. This is especially relevant for exploring emerging issues like how inclusivity and leadership practices impact Gen Z engagement in real time. The study is focused on mid-sized corporations in California, a region where workplace diversity and generational transitions are actively reshaping human resource policies. Using grounded theory ensures findings are rooted in participant data, enhancing trustworthiness through theoretical sensitivity and participant-driven coding. Methodology, participants, and data collection. The participants in this study are members of Gen Z aged 18 to 28 working full or part-time in mid-sized corporate organizations across California. To ensure meaningful insights, all participants will have at least 6 months of workplace experience. This allows them to reflect on how human resource practices have influenced their early career journey. As Arabi 2025 states, Gen Z employees are shaped by motivations such as psychological empowerment, social recognition, and job security, all of which directly impact how they respond to organizational support. Data will be collected through semi-structured interviews, allowing for deep exploration while maintaining structure around key themes. These interviews, conducted either virtually or in person, will last about 45 to 60 minutes. With consent, conversations will be recorded and transcribed to ensure accuracy. This flexible yet focused method is ideal for capturing the nuanced workplace experiences of Gen Z in their own words. Using consistent interview protocols and allowing participants to review transcripts supports dependability and member validation. Methodology continued, data analysis, and trustworthiness. For this study, I'll be focusing on grounded theory coding methods based on Corbin and Strauss's framework. First, open coding will help identify important ideas line by line from the interview transcripts. Then, axle coding will group those ideas into categories, and selective coding will bring them together under one central concept that reflects how Gen Z experiences inclusive human resource management and organizational support. A key part of this process will be memoing. I will write reflective memos based on both Microsoft Teams voice recordings and notes taking during interviews. These memos will help track emerging themes, patterns, and analytical decisions throughout the research. This approach gives flexibility needed to explore complex and evolving workplace dynamics without forcing participant responses into present categories. To ensure rigor, I'll also ensure bracketing is implemented to help minimize personal bias and enhance the study's credibility and depth. Study titled Voices of a New Workforce, a qualitative study on inclusive human resource management and organizational support among Gen Z employees, has been submitted to the Sullivan University Institutional Review Board. Under the supervision of Dr. Tholi, I, Michelle Zeno, am conducting a qualitative study to explore how Gen Z employees perceive inclusive human resource management practices and organizational support. We will recruit 4 to 6 Gen Z participants between the ages of 18 and 28 working in California. The goal is to understand how their lived experiences shape work engagement and retention. Recruitment will be through social media or career cohorts at universities, and all participation will be voluntary and confidential. IRB approval ensures ethical oversight, which supports the study integrity and builds participant trust, which is a critical component of credible qualitative research. IRB data collection and confidentiality. Data collection will begin upon IRB approval on August 11, 2025. Participants will take part in a 45 to 60-minute interview, either in person or via Microsoft Teams, based on their preference. Recordings will be made using Microsoft Teams and a secure digital voice recorder. All data will be encrypted, stored in password-protected folders, and labeled with pseudonyms to maintain confidentiality. Microsoft Teams and Dropbox will be used to secure storage. No compensation will be provided. Participants may review transcripts for accuracy, and all procedures strictly follow IRB ethical standards to ensure participant privacy and data protection throughout the study. Confidentiality and secure handling of data increases participant openness, strengthening the authenticity and reliability of all insights gathered.